Hey guys, a long time no see, right? Just I didn't have much time to update the channel, although you probably don't care about that. What you care usually is my typo in brake lines. Subtitles, you care about the seams on the body, unfinished body. Some of you really care about seeing the finished product. And to be honest, the car was done for some time now. I actually put, I don't know, like another 1,000 miles on it since it was done. I think like I could probably like talk for hours leading up the building, the suspense, etc. But I'm pretty sure that most of you will probably just skip that part. So let's do this, huh? I'm just gonna start it up. That's the fuel pump. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm just gonna do a quick introduction to what we have here right now, and then I'll just probably go for a drive and talk more about the finishing of the project. So what you have here, what I have here actually, is that Factory 5 Roadster kit, which is the replica of 1965 Shelby Cobra Roadster, and it's right now it's painted in the color what's called Viking blue. This is the color that Shelby racing team was using in 1963-64 for their racing cars. To be honest, I think it actually came out a little bit lighter than it's supposed to be, but it's still pretty close. And yeah, those cars didn't have stripes, and that's how we decided that we're gonna just stay with this color, and we will not have any stripes. I think many of you will notice that the seams, the horrible seams that many of you actually commented on in the YouTube video comment section, they are gone, right? Because the body was sanded and then it was painted and then it had a clear coat on top of that, and that's it. The car is actually ready. It finally got a wind plate a couple of days ago. Oh, so it was titled last year, but PennDOT screwed up on the wind plate section, so I still had to get it out from them. And now the car is officially done. The color was finished actually sometime in June this year. The final assembly was finished in July, and we had cars back we had cars since then. As you can see, the stainless steel exhaust is gone. That's the part of the ceramic coating project that we did. Also, you see that the wheels also now are black. Never mind the brake dust. Yeah, like I said, I'm driving the car, so there is a lot of brake dust in the wheels. But yeah, so this is actually a fancy type of plastic dip, hyper dip. Holds up pretty well and can be removed if needed. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe at some point we'll just change it to some other color. But so far, I like the combo of a black exhaust, black roll bars, and the black wheels. Got louvers painted in the body colors, so it actually looks nice. And these rivets here on the body, this is actually for a soft top. I'll probably just do another video about the soft top. I'll show you how to put it up, how to take it down. These are lifted odds that hold the soft part of the top on the body. It's a little bit pain in the ass to put it up. Takes about 15-20 minutes if you want to be careful, and I usually want to be careful because not to scratch the paint. but the problem is that the car looks ugly with a soft top, so I'll try to keep the top off as much as possible. Hey everyone, this is what we're gonna do now. Just gonna drive around with the microphone. Never mind the wire, because this is the best way I could get the microphone to me. And what else? Never mind the headphones, because this is how I do the noise protection. Anyway, let's start the car. Nice. Okay. I hope this part is going to be a little bit more exciting than the previous one, because I'm not really into making like all the kind of fancy videos, nice shots, nice angles, etc. But at least I can talk, and hopefully I'll also sound more excited about all of this. So, like I said, this is our Cobra as a finished project, and I say finished because, as I mentioned, PennDOT screwed up with the wind plate. Like when you register a kit car, they send you a registration, and they also send you a wind plate where you have to put that plate on the firewall in your car in the engine compartment. But I didn't get it, and last year I didn't know I should get it. So I was talking to someone at the car show with the guy Glenn, hi Glenn, who built a Factory 5 Daytona Coupe, and I noticed that plate, and I was like, oh, I don't have that. And he was like, well, you should. This is something that you must have. I'm like, I didn't get it. Nobody gave it to me. So I ended up going to the auto tech place, and they told me that I had to get a form, and then I have to find a police officer who would verify my PIN on the car and my application, and then they sign off this form, and then I could file it back to PennDOT. Yeah, so it was a fun project, finding a police guy. And the first time I actually came, I didn't bring my car with, because I was like, I'm not sure if it's legal if I don't have a VIN plate. But he didn't seem to care. He signed off the documents, trusting me, so kudos to that. And then I came home and I realized that there is a number on the frame that matches the serial number, etc. So I actually went back to the station, and I found this police officer. And I told him, well, actually, yeah, I found it, so you can check and verify that I didn't lie to you. So he was pretty happy about that I actually let him verify the actual VIN number. So anyway, I filed the application, and about 5 weeks later, 2 days ago, this wind plate finally was available. So I went and picked it up from the auto tech place, got it, I attached to the firewall, and now, yeah, I can say officially, legally, this car is complete. As a project, it was completed some time ago when I picked it up as painted car after some final assembly. So in February, I took the car to the paint shop. But first, I took it actually to guy Mark, Travel and Builder, who did the body trimming. I was talking about this in some other video. Did the body trimming, fit the body properly on the car. That's why it's important to have the body on when you are finishing the project, even not painted body. Yeah. So he did some trimming, adjusting, etc. Then he took the body off, went to the paint shop, body shop, and then there was a couple of months of them prepping the body, sanding everything, grinding the seams that everyone hates, and what else? And actually, yeah, putting the paint on the body. So I think the body was finished mid-June. Then Mark picked it up body from the body shop and took it back to his shop, put the body on, and did the final assembly, like a windshield and roll bars and mirrors, etc., like the minor exterior stuff. And I finally picked up body. Um, I think it was July 17th. Yeah, that's when I picked it up and I took it home. It was not like completely over because I discovered that we have issues with brakes. So we had to I had to take the car back to Mark. He did a lot of tinkering with brakes, ended up replacing the calipers on the wheels because they were actually pretty sucky. He also ended up replacing, it's a rough road. He ended up replacing the booster. One of the things that was added at this final assembly was the brake booster. So now these brakes are not just mechanical anymore, they are powered brakes. Very, very easy to lock the brakes now, but it's much easier to operate these brakes. But yeah, as a part of the process, he had to took out the booster, took out the master cylinder. And this is like a really slow car in front of me. So he did all of that. And now I have perfectly working brakes. I think it was a week later, maybe several days later, that I ended up picking up the car. Also this week, I did a photo shoot. The very cool guy, James Gravy, who does car photos, he went on the track and did some of the photos that I might add here later, if I have them by the time I do the video. Some pretty cool artisty stuff. I really love what he did. So yeah, win plate, photo shoot for graduation, and that's it. This is how I feel like this is the end of the assembly. But do not mistake this for the end of the project. After I picked up the car, After I picked up the car, I did a bunch of stuff to it, and I'll probably just railroad. I'll probably do a separate video going through the list, explaining what I did, why I did that, etc., etc. But there are plenty of minor things here and there after the car is like finally assembled that I had to do in order to feel like I'm happy with it. There were some like strong smell gas, so I had to figure out where it's coming from. It was coming from the air filter cleaning element. There was some coolant dripping, and so I had to figure out what is happening. I realized that because of the vibration and everything, some bolts on the water pump, they got loose, so the coolant was dripping through these bolts. So after I tightened everything, the dripping almost stopped. Almost. I'm like 99% happy with that. But I hope that I will be able to finish that soon. I will be completely happy. Stupid perfectionism in me, for some reason, just makes me want to fix stuff that probably a lot of people don't really care. And a bunch of like other stuff, like paint protection, right? So I had to wait a couple of months, and then I did like seal and like gloss and other stuff to make the paint shine. And there are like stuff that I still have to do. Like I want to do footbox vents. Right now it's like 70. For my European friends, it's about 20, probably 20 degrees Celsius. And yeah, it's when it's hotter, when it's 90, it's pretty hot in there where my feet are, because like my feet are really close to headers, so it gets pretty hot in summer. So I want to install foot boxes that I'll let this guy go because that car is super slow. So yeah, I want to install a foot box vents that will actually get clear air a little bit into the foot boxes to cool stuff off. Hopefully I can come up with something else. This is super fast car. I mean, like, scary fast. 0 to 60, less than 4 seconds. Super stiff, super responsive, super slippery, super scary in the rain. I mean, this is just something completely unbelievable. And I hope I don't miss this turn, which I actually missed today already once. Actually really like local road that at some point starts to have like a lot of gravel in it, so I go really slow. You probably hear this gravel is hitting the exhaust pipes. So the idea about the paint color and the whole decision around that, even before the project, I asked on the Factory 5 forum where the other guys are sharing their stories, like, what was the hardest part for you to do when you were building the car? And probably more than a half of those, they said picking the color. And I'm like, really? It can't be. I mean, like, there are probably harder things to do than just picking the color. But once we started thinking about it, it appeared that this is indeed pretty hard. So, like, what color do you choose? Do you pick the one that everyone does, like dark blue with the Guardsman blue with the Wimbledon white stripes, or do you go for something different? Do you go like for modern color? Do you go for something completely else? Like, I know that my friend, he has his Factory 5 Roadster painted into some Lamborghini paint. I just spoke today to a guy with a backdraft replica that he has painted in some BMW color. I have a friend with Factory 5 Roadster that has a Lexus color. So it's really hard. Like, where do you go? How do you decide what color do you have? And it's not just like, okay, it's not just the paint color, but I mean, do you have paint? Do you have stripes with it, right? And if you do paint in stripes, what combination do you have there? And then, if it's just the paint and the stripes, do you have chrome roll bars? Do you have the stainless steel exhaust? And then it's another level, like, oh, okay, so if I do blue car, my other car is blue, or my other car is red, and like, what is it fine that I'll have like 2 blue cars? I don't know. I don't care. Maybe I do. So yeah, it's like you get to that point. Shit, I don't know. Like, this great, and this great, and this color is great. And like, and it's a serious decision, because you, like, obviously you can repaint it, but it's an expensive process. And yeah, you don't want to like paint it and then feel bad about the color, not liking the color, etc. Brakes. So yeah, it's like it took us some time to figure it out. I really like I pretty early on I decided that I don't want to do like a modern color. Even I didn't want like a modern color, but at the same time I really like Mazda color, the soul crystal red something something. Like they have too many words in the name, but they also have a lot of layers in the paint. Like that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it, because a lot of layers means a lot of expenses. So the paint into that Mazda color would be probably at least 5,000 just for the paint, not considering even the labor. So that's why I decided, like, okay, we'll go with the more traditional color, but which one? So I had the whole AC colors palette, and then I was looking at the older cars, which didn't have stripes, by the way. So we had the black roll bars at that time, and I was like, should I do chrome on them? Should I replace them on the chrome? Or maybe if I keep the black roll bars. And then I saw that the 289 Cobras, the racing ones, they had black roll bars, just one, and the third lag was here for driver's protection. So in any case, I was like, So I like the black roll bar, and they were light blue, not the dark guardsman blue, but the color was much lighter, and it was called Viking blue. They say that originally, 1962, 1963, that color was called Princess blue, but obviously not a lot of Cobra buyers wanted a car painted in Princess blue. So Shelby or Ford, I don't know, they actually renamed that color into Viking blue, like much more masculine here, right? Yeah, but in any case, so yeah, Viking blue, light blue color, black roll bar, black exhaust. So we were onto something. And like, also, it doesn't have stripes, which non-traditional probably, because a lot of Cobras have stripes, and also like it's cheaper actually. Yeah, just painting stripes adds up to the cost. So yeah, this is how we essentially ended up, and I can tell you that not a lot of cars are in this color in our area. I've seen one super performance replica of 289 racing car, like a stripped down interior and everything, and it had a nice Viking blue color. That's why I think ours might be a little bit too light, but in any case, yeah, it is what it is right now. So I might at some point in a couple of years, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, if I get bored of this color and I still have this car, repaint it into something else. Like the body is standard, so there is no like significant prep work needed. It's just that you paint it, just sand it to paint a little bit, I think, and then you put another layer of color. So actually, about the layers of the paint. So this car ended up having 2 layers, because the first time, shop screwed up a little bit, painted the car. But they were honest about it. They were really straightforward. They told me on Friday and told me, okay, we painted the body, everything looks good. I'm like, oh, great, I'm happy. Happy if you're happy. then on Monday, they called me and I'm like, well, you know, we found some issues here, so are we gonna repaint the car? I'm like, wait, I wanna come and see. So it's good that you do this, but I just want to see what would happen. And then, you know, metallic somehow was laid out completely wrong. Everything was pretty bad. Not even not even metallic around the front of the car, and all over the body. So I was like, okay, let's repaint it. So they sent it down, changed a little bit, and then with another layer of paint, and it turned out pretty good. Very good for the price that we paid. I know that I could easily pay 3 times as much for how much I paid for this paint, and maybe I would get like significantly better color, or maybe not. Who knows? Never know with these guys. Wow. The guy in pickup truck just was like half of the car was in my lane, and I barely managed to avoid him. Ooh, shit. Another scary moment. Anyway, so yeah, and whenever I go on any Cars and Coffee and other car meets, I hear that people love this color. I don't know how honest they are, how is it true or not, but I feel like this color brings some excitement to people to see, even to the ones with other other Cobras and other like different colors. Thank you. Thank you. Funny enough, yeah, even Tesla guys love Shelby's. So yeah. Anyway, so the color, let's call it Viking blue. And one thing I still want to do is to put some livery on it. Racing cars in 1964, they had a yellow stripe across the bonnet, across the hood. Sorry, bonnet is the Jeremy Clarkson's board, right? British Watts. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Anyway, yeah. So a couple of things that I want to do, like I said, the yellow stripe across the hood, meatballs, like the roundels with the numbers, and some vintage sponsorship tickets. I just wanted to engage the 6th gear and realize that I don't have one. Okay. Okay, and it's actually really hard for me to speak about the way car drives because I got used to it. And for me, it's no longer like a wild, untamed animal. Although, I have to say, in July, I got to drive the car in the rain. Holy fuck! And holy shit, this is probably one of the scariest driving moments I had when driving this car in the rain. It's obviously no traction, no ABS, no nothing, and even on the dry road, it's so easy to slip the wheels. So there was a movie that came out recently called No Southern Move, and that's how you drive Cobra when it's wet. do not make any sudden moves. You just white knuckle heads on the steering wheel and just drive without making any sudden moves. That's it. What else? What else? So, like I said, the car got a lot of people are waving to me, by the way, so that's fun. In addition to powered brakes, booster and new master cylinder, the car got the soft top, which doesn't really make the car as convenient as the conventional cars, sedans or coupes. It's a soft top, so water is leaking everywhere, but it still makes it a little bit more comfortable driving in the rain than without one. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, but I think my GoPro is out now, so I'll look for a place to stop, swap the battery in the GoPro, and just keep driving. But I think I said most of the stuff that I wanted to say for this particular video, just showing you the finished project. That it's a registered car, drives on the road, it has 2,700 miles on it already, and I love it. I mean, even now I'm driving it, and I can't believe that this is something that we built, and it's possible to drive it on the public roads, and actually I'm not not scared anymore to do that. It's actually fun. Of course, there is a lot of rattling and other noises that I listen to continuously, trying to figure out whether something falling apart or not. But I'm getting used to that. I did like a 90 miles trip one way, and it came out fine, so there was no issues except me being tired, because all this noise and vibration and everything makes you tired. But it's such an enormous fun. It's such a connection that I don't think you can get with any modern cars. With all the electronics and many gearboxes, etc. Just it's not the same. You can, like, whatever it is, it's not the same. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. So yeah, this is it. This is what I wanted to say for this video. Well, like I said, there's going to be a video about the soft top. There's going to be a video about the stuff that I already did to the car. There's going to be another video of stuff that I'm still going to do to the car, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. It just never stops. But the car is great. It's unbelievable to drive. And if for some reason you watched my other video about total cost and you became disappointed it's so expensive, I mean, you don't have to pay everything up front. You can just have this project done over a couple of years. None of the cars will give you such pleasure, such gratification than the car that you built yourself. Right, buying the backdraft, buying, I don't know, Superformance, buying a used Ferrari for this kind of money, it's fun. But just knowing, like, every bolt here that I put, he put, Alex Jr. and me, he did that, and then it's such a gratification to have this car driving that I, I don't think it can compare to anything else. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.